Clarity on Fire, a podcast for people who know what they don't want out of their life and career, but aren't sure what they'd rather be doing.
In a world where it's easy to exist, but hard to feel alive, we, Kristen
and Rachel,
2 certified life and career coaches, are here to help you cut through the information overload, get unstuck, and focus not just on how you can have a career you're passionate about, but how to create a whole life that feels fulfilling.
So join us here, where we serve up inspiration and down-to-earth wisdom in a way that only 2 best friends can.
We want you to experience the relief of knowing that, yes, you're allowed to want more out of your life and career.
And no, you don't have to wander through the dark anymore. Our job is to light the fire that shows you the way. Let's go.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm going to be shuffling my cards the whole time we're talking and leading up to it. So if we don't get a really good reading, it's going to be my fault.
I mean, I don't know how much more you could shuffle. You've already been shuffling a lot.
I'm just going to keep doing it.
Who knows what we're going to get?
I want to get cards I haven't gotten before, but that
I don't think
seem to
shuffling
happen.
makes it more or less
It doesn't. It doesn't.
We can try.
Okay, so
before we give you your reading, I want to remind you.
Are you tired of talking about? I don't know what I just
tired of talking, period.
Yeah, apparently I am.
Talked a lot today. I could be a little bit tired of talking.
I was really asking them if they were tired of us talking about coaching, but I don't know. We're coaches and we have a podcast. Sorry.
We only open enrollment for coaching 3 times a year. So the 3 times we're open, we're going to talk about it. And this is one of those times. We're in the middle of a coaching enrollment right now, which means we're taking on some new clients. Not a lot of new clients, some new clients, a handful.
Just a bit.
I can't tell you how far along we are in our capacity because we're recording this ahead of time.
2 weeks at least ahead of time.
At the time we're recording, enrollment hasn't even officially opened. So I don't know where we're going to be at. So there's a chance that we already
Maybe
have.
The cards will tell us.
Maybe so. I hope they tell us more than that. It's kind of a really
lame,
stupid little thing. But, likely we don't have all the spots and we didn't have that many to start with. So all I'm saying is you have a few more days to decide. Our enrollment period is technically open until Wednesday, the 29th, which is just a few days from now.
Which corresponds with the finale of Forever Alone.
It
just
does.
For a dramatic effect.
Of course, right? Well, we always have to.
Do we? But we are.
Well, you do. I don't know if
I don't think
we do, but you do like a good dramatic effect. So I can't tell you what we have left, but give it a shot. Send us a interest form if you're thinking about doing some coaching, and we'll chat with you.
Coaching used to be very different, and how I felt about coaching used to be very different in years past. I remember, oh my gosh, probably 6, 7 or more years ago, we'd get a lot more clients who really just wanted very surface level career transition. And they really wanted someone who was going to tell them what to do. Just help me get out of this job. Help me get into a new job. Don't talk about anything else. And I remember complaining to, myriad people, I'm sure. Anyone who
Probably
would listen.
Me.
Well, definitely. That goes without saying.
With me, probably, at the time.
About, I really just want people who understand that this isn't the problem they're having isn't a career problem. I feel like I'm not allowed to talk about what the problem really is, which is they're having an existential crisis. They're having a spiritual problem. They're having a problem of identity. They're having a problem of they don't know what the frick to believe in. They're having a crisis of
There's
faith
a lot
and
of
purpose.
Fear bubbling up. There's a lot of I don't even know who I am and what I want in the world. And the career is just the easiest way I know how to talk about that. But we've always, since the beginning, before we even had a business, we always wanted to get to the core.
Yeah.
Which is why this is not traditional career coaching. So for a while, when that was the bulk of who was coming to us was people looking for traditional career coaching, there was a little bit of dissonance. I feel like that is pretty much gone.
That's what I'm saying, is that I'm grateful that doesn't really happen anymore.
Our people now, they get it. They're here for the depth.
They are here because they understand that their career is meant to be, as is everything, a slice of my life pie, not the entire pie. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that I know. But like, because of that, it's almost more important to do this work, right? Because what if your whole pie
I think so.
What if your whole pie is busted, is what I'm saying. Because it certainly could be, or at least like a good half of it is like mushed, right? That happens.
It does. And I will say, even the clients who come into coaching with me, who they get it. They get that this is a deeper process. I'm very clear about that from the beginning. We're clear on the podcast. I'm clear when I first talk to everyone what this is and isn't. Even those people who are like, I'm here for that, let's go deep. At some point throughout the 6 months that we're working together, I almost always get the question, do you work with everyone? Because I feel like we're into some deep stuff. And is this normal in coaching? And I'm like, in our coaching, it is. Yeah.
Like every time I'm like, yep, you're not the first person who's had this thought.
But I love that, because even when they think they know where we're going, it always goes deeper and windier, but exactly where it needs to go. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love doing this kind of work. If we were just rewriting resumes, or reviewing LinkedIn profiles every day.
I mean, it's not an exaggeration to say that I could just, jump off a cliff.
I mean, that just sounds terrible and monotonous and not very helpful, frankly.
Why would I help you with that?
That's not going to help you in your life as a human on this planet.
In another office? But you can have a different scenery?
Exactly.
For your misery?
Exactly.
Cool. What are you going to go date another guy who makes you just as miserable as the last one, except he's like an inch taller and he has a different hair color?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, sure.
That's not what we're here for.
Go crazy if you want to do that. If you want to not waste your time, maybe talk to me.
And in fact, I did have someone also recently who started coaching and had a friend who had done coaching and was almost intimidated by how deep it was like, I'm ready for this. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous about this. And that's normal and that's okay. And I also want to throw out there, yes, this is a deep, existentially shifting kind of a process. And Rachel and I are really good at making the whole thing feel like a relief.
It's supposed to be approachable. It's not supposed to be scary. It's not supposed to be
even
scary.
As I'm getting into some of these really deep things with people where they've been nervous to do that on their own or didn't even know how, after we get into it and talk through it, they feel so much better.
And it doesn't happen all at once. It's not, there's a reason that it's over 6 months, Like you're not expected to figure it all out and have all the realizations and integrate it all in a day. That's not possible.
That's what I want to throw out there.
Like get in good shape in a day. You have to, if you want to train for an event or something, you need months to get yourself in shape for that.
Yeah. So this is a deep transformational kind of process that we take people through. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't feel terrifying and scary and overwhelming and like your life just flipped over overnight.
No.
Either.
No. It's a gradual thing.
Gradual thing. And we're also really good at making it as accessible and approachable and make you feel like I know what to do next and I know how to handle this. And we're not just going to leave you with like, you drop these huge existential bombs and then move on. Every step of the way, we're with you. We'll guide you to what happens next. You don't even have to figure it out.
No, you don't really have to use a lot of your brain when you're being coached.
You shouldn't use a whole lot of your brain. No. You should use a lot more of your body and your emotions and your intuition, which will help you access. So I don't want it to feel only career related. And I also don't want it to feel so big that now you're scared.
Nope. But if you want to go on a journey of, I'd like to become the more clear, confident version of myself who knows what they want and feels capable of going after it and is open to maybe I don't even know what I want. And I could change my mind halfway through. And I don't even care, because as long as I'm the clear, confident version of myself, I'm going to be able to handle any of those transitions. Like if that's who you want to be, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah. That's what this process will do. I'm not even touting Rachel's and my ability so much as I am. I mean, don't get me wrong.
No, we're very good.
Very good coaches. Yes. But I know that this process will get you to the more clear, confident version of yourself.
Just inevitable.
It's just how it works. Seen it happen too many times. Never.
Yeah. I've been doing this for 9 years.
Hasn't failed me yet.
No, it has not. So if that sounds good to you, we might have some spots left. I don't know. Fill out a form. We will let you know. Like, regardless of where we stand, we will let you know.
There's a chance you might have to wait a little longer than we typically would.
Yeah.
Have a new client wait, but we'll just reach out. We'll let you know where we're at.
Form is in the show notes, or you can go to clarityonfire.com and there's a work with us tab, and that's where the one-on-one coaching page is. Then you can sign up and we'll talk to you about it, and we'll make sure it's a good fit.
And you only have to hear us talk about it one more time. So if you're not interested,
well, they probably skipped over it if they weren't interested.
After next Wednesday, we'll be back to our normal content.
Okay. Now are you ready for a message from the universe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm splitting the deck into thirds. These aren't even very good thirds.
Were you really shuffling that whole time? I wasn't
Almost
even
the
looking.
Whole time. Yeah. Almost the whole time.
I have a very well shuffled deck here. We're going with our standard deck.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like doing something different than I normally do.
Interesting.
Instead of pulling it off the top, I kind of want to pull it from the bottom of the I don't know. I feel like I should do that. So we're going to go with my intuition.
Go with your gut here.
Okay. So we're going to do past, present, future, or left, right, or left, center, right, regardless of, you can do either. You can just, I want one card today, or I want to hear all three and how they flow together. Whatever you want is right. Maybe pause if you want feedback around something specific.
You can always pose a question.
Or you can just see what the universe has to offer you today. And, Kristen, I have to give you the book. And remember, these are not alphabetical. These are numerical. And we're using our Enchanted Map deck, which we've been using for, close to a year now. I just like this deck.
It's a great deck.
And
it was a gift from a listener.
Yeah.
And we love it.
And, all right, ready?
Okay, let's go from the bottom. No. I told you were going to invoke it. She shuffled so long.
The universe
and so
just
hard.
conned me into getting this card, because I would never have pulled it off of the top, Kristen.
And then had this weird impulse to pull it differently. And it's the freaking deep freeze card. Oh, God. But you know what? It's in the past. Hold on. Wasn't it in the present last time?
It was.
So now it's in the past. Maybe this makes sense.
Kristen.
That card stalks us.
I'm so sorry to everyone who's listening.
Oh my God. I should have memorized the number of the card right now.
It's 26. There has not been a single time there's been one time in the last year. In the last year that we haven't gotten this card. There's 50 freaking something cards in this deck.
And there's tons we've never gotten. Almost always get the deep freeze. But again, I think this is happening.
My mind is boggled by the fact that I have never pulled a card from the bottom. And I just felt like I needed to pull it from the bottom today.
And the first one.
It's this one. Like, the universe is, I hope that you guys are enjoying how much the universe is punking me right now.
No, before we started recording, Rachel said, I hope we don't get the deep freeze card.
We get it every time.
And then I said, you're going to invoke it. And she's like, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, I don't know.
I said, if the universe really wants to give us a card, it's going to give us a card. I can't make anything happen. Well, I got this really strong impulse to pull it from the bottom. So
my goodness. I feel like I don't even need to read it anymore.
Well,
I feel like everyone should have it memorized.
How much?
I'll read it one more.
Well, don't say that. 2 months from now, we could be reading it all over again. I could throw this card out of the deck and it would somehow find its way back in there.
It would, on top somehow.
Yeah.
Again, the placement to me is important.
Okay, so it's like a lion, in a deep completely frozen winter, like almost like frozen like a statue sleeping. That's what the picture. I'll take a picture of the cards like I normally do.
As if we don't all know what it looks like by now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Here's the little quote at the beginning. Everything has its season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. The cold winter beckons you to slow down and put a freeze on things that are not yet ready to bloom. It's time for regeneration and hibernation. Forgo ambitious activity. A pregnant pause allows ideas to gestate, projects to shift, and relationships to go through a dreamy state of being, not going anywhere and not needing to. This is also a time to put all your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity now. So reflect, read a good book, or get a massage. Rest and dream.
At least it's in the past.
At least it's in the past. Well, if you just picked the left card as your reading,
that's your card.
Then that's your card. But if you're doing the past, present, future, again, last time it was in the present. So we're moving along. Things are happening. Now that's in the past. Can we just move on and see what's in the present now?
Another card we've gotten before. The intention card.
22.
22. So it's
like a little baby owl.
This one we must have gotten like 6 months ago or something. It's like a pillar with a huge egg on it in a field of dandelions with a little owl on top with a dandelion in its beak. It's got a lot going on. Go ahead.
Here's the little quote again. Deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change your world. Your objections will be fulfilled at this time. I said objections? No. Your objectives.
Yeah, I was wondering what the hell you meant by that.
Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time.
Great.
Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you're hitting your mark. Recognize you're not the only one who has to do all the work, however. Others can help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field, then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to live and live it deliberately with clarity and detachment.
Okay.
So we're moving out of a deep freeze and we're starting to set intentions and asking for help along the way to get where we want to go. So I'm feeling a little bit of a start of some momentum.
Mm-hmm. One more.
So let's see where that momentum is going to lead us.
Another one we've gotten before. Coming to life.
Yeah.
29.
I mean, I'm liking the story that this one's telling, though.
Well, also visually.
You said 29?
29. It tells a story visually, too, because the first one is set in winter and the other one, the next one looks like it's spring. It also has that spring imagery of like an egg.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not full grown dandelions. It's like the dandelion. It's like the wispy dandelion seed dandelions.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one looks like it's like full summer. In this part, like the grass is like lush and there's like a sunset and there's butterflies. So there's a seasonal.
Went from winter, moving into spring. And it's like, now we're in the summer phase.
Coming to life has this woman who was a statue and who's like half human, as if she's like coming to life from having been potentially frozen.
Deeply frozen.
Deeply frozen. Yeah.
Okay. Something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least, matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own.
Mm-hmm.
This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. I love this story.
It's a good story.
We were in the deep freeze.
It actually does make sense. Now, I will say
it's it's a good plot that we're following.
Yeah.
Starting out in the freeze. Now in this moment, set the clear intentions, and then those intentions
and then all you have to do is show up, and
come
those
to life,
will manifest.
And you don't. In fact, it's not even saying it's saying don't do anything. Not only you don't have to do anything,
you probably
please don't.
Just show up.
Please don't meddle. We know what we're doing is the message. I like that.
Okay,
that's a hopeful message.
It feels like a good message for me personally to have received right now.
Sure.
I think these will bear you look. I mean, we've had all of these cards at different times, but I don't know if they've all ever been in the same reading before. Like we've had them maybe all in a different reading.
I don't think we've had the other two quite as recently.
No, it's been a while since we've had those other two. But there's plenty of cards in this deck we've never had, but we've got these three today. And I mean, I'm still just dumbstruck by
stupid card.
The statistics of
I want to take it out of the deck, and I know I'm not allowed because
I can't.
If it shows up, it's supposed to show up. But my goodness. But I'm glad we're moving out of that. And my favorite part of this reading is that a bunch of good stuff is coming, and you don't have to do anything except intend. Set intentions.
And also keep in mind,
dream a little.
We've used this deck multiple times, and there are some cards in here that are like, ooh, there's some ugly stuff that you're working through. And
it's not always rainbows and butterflies, that's for sure.
No. So I'm encouraged by this reading because there's nothing here that makes me feel like, ooh, you're going through a hard time, or ooh, like it's
going to be rough for a while.
Like, yeah. Or even like telling you, hey, just slow down and like, don't, like you're frustrated, but like, don't do anything. It's not even that. It's just like, no, things are moving, but you just don't need to do anything to make it happen. Just show up. All you have to do is show up. I like that.
Set intentions now and then just keep showing up.
Yeah.
That's it. And don't over control things.
Okay.
Or you won't get the best version of it.
Why do I feel like you're saying that to me? I feel like you're looking at me and you're saying it to me pointedly.
No. I'm saying that because, well, first of all, I'm thinking of myself and multiple clients who have the tendency of over control. I was just talking about that earlier today. In fact, the tendency to over control things. I think it's a human thing. I think we like to meddle.
You were trying to call me out.
Oh no, I was calling everyone else out. I just am looking at you because you're the only one in the room.
Okay. I mean, I do deserve it. I just didn't like it.
So if you're a person, I'm also calling you out. So yeah.
Okay. So all the pets listening to this, no need to.
They don't try to control stuff. They're just there.
I mean, most of the time, no, they really don't.
They're just showing up every day.
Scarlett tries to control like how you're greeting her, like she tries to herd you.
She tries to control anyone who walks past the house.
For sure. Yeah.
So do my dogs. Oh my God. They think they're the police of the neighborhood. But for the most part, dogs are really good at, they just wake up. They're like, great, today's a day. What are we going to do today?
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
That'd be nice.
They're not stressing. They're not worrying over their future. They're not trying to manipulate circumstances.
They're not meddling in the plot of the universe.
They maybe try to manipulate you into giving them scraps of food at mealtimes, but that's about it.
That's maybe it. Yeah. To have that symbol of an existence. Okay. Well, I'll take a picture and you can take a look at.
As usual, let us know how these resonate. Let us know if you chose the full reading, in which case, how is that showing up for you? If you picked one as an answer to a question, we want to know.
And the best part about this is I don't have to type any of these up because I've already done that.
Copy and paste from an old post.
Copy and paste, man. I don't have to do anything. I just have to show up.
There you go.
No work. Okay. Meta. Well, enjoy. Enjoy. I don't know. I was going to say enjoy this reading. I mean, I hope you did enjoy this reading.
Well, do go, if you're just listening now, go find where it lives on our site. Yeah. And we want you to see them because I do think that the images sometimes have their own message within it.
Yeah, there might be stuff that stands out to you that I didn't comment on.
Yeah, go see the cards, leave us a comment. And remember, if you want to do some one-on-one coaching, now is the time to reach out about that.
Yes.
And make sure that you come back on Wednesday for the final and very long chapter.
It's going to probably be an hour.
Yeah.
It's going to be a full freaking hour. Long. Yeah.
But the last installment of Forever Alone, which is also the last day of coaching enrollment.
Yeah. Easy to remember.
Lots happening.
Okay. See you then.
Bye.